Napoleon has shown no respect for the sovereignty of the independent Italian states and is now directly threatening the Habsburg-controlled Italian dominions. Together with Great Britain and Russia, Austria must deal with the little would-be emperor before he brings all Europe under his yoke. While the Royal Navy protects the seas and limits French trade capabilities, Austrian forces must march on treacherous Bavaria and Württemberg and remind them of their loyalties to the Holy Roman Empire. Meanwhile, Russian forces are mobilized and will march west to support you. At the same time, to the north, Prussia grows stronger every day. As they have remained neutral, you cannot know for sure what they plan to do, and must be prepared for any eventuality. Prussia currently holds Silesia, a former Austrian possession, and they may be planning to bring other German-speaking territories under their control.
Hello everyone, welcome to the new series of Total Tuesday, and it is Napoleon Total War. Now, when it came to selecting the faction that I wanted to play, I had a look at, obviously, Russia, Prussia, France and England. Now, England I've already done under Empire, and the whole thing with navies and everything just got on my tits. Now, Prussia was a good one to go for, because obviously they're in a relatively strong position, but I actually decided that I wanted to go for Austria, even though they're actually surrounded by the Ottomans, the Prussians and the Russians. I felt like it was in a stronger position, plus I was already at war with the likes of Bavaria and Württemberg and obviously France. So I saw it as a faction with more possibilities available to it. So, as you can see, now down here you've got the French pushing there, so there's an army there as they're pushing through from the Italian states. So I think I need to deal with that, take out the Italian states with who I'm at war, and that will then give me, in addition to sort of that area, it will give me the gold that's there. Now, this is going to be a tension here, Munich in Bavaria, and obviously up there as well. Now, obviously I am at war with the likes of there, so it's Hanover, and they've got Schwerin in Mecklenburg. That's Mecklenburg-Strelitz, so we'll leave them there. So, the first things first, I think what I'm going to do is make sure that I've got good alliances. Now you can see I've got good alliance with Russia and with England. Now the Kingdom of Prussia is very friendly with me, so what I think I might do is request an alliance and a trade agreement. Excellent, I've got both. So that means now that I'm allied with Prussia, and hopefully that will prevent any kind of movements against me for the time being. The Ottoman Empire is indifferent, but what we're going to do is we're going to get a trade agreement with them. Because what we want to do is try and build up our economy as quickly as we possibly can. Now you can see here I'm at war with the Latvian Republic, which is up there. I'm also at war with Bavaria, but won't be for very long. The Kingdom of Italy only has that area before they're wiped out. The Swiss Confederation in there, and Württemberg, which are also hostile to me. Now you can see in here I've got some opportunities for trade agreements. So I will make the most of those before anything happens to my ports, so to speak. So you can see that what I'm trying to do is start out from a very strong financial position. And we'll go there and trade. Yes, there we go. So I've got trade with pretty much everybody that I can. Yeah, see, they're at war with me, so I doubt they'll trade. And so you can see King of Spain hostile. There's Sardinia and there's Corsica. So first things first. Yeah, whatever, mate. What we're going to do is, let's see. Let us Where is our capital? I'm guessing region capital. So, infrastructure. They've got good roads. So what we'll do... What's that? Secret society. What does that give me? +2 happiness. Spawn spies. Good. Swiss Jaegers. I need modern rifles for that, which reminds me. There is a guy somewhere around here. See, there's Prague. Now, got an army there. We'll put them in there for the time being. So he'll hold that area. Now, that area's looking okay. And there is a gentleman who can go into that college. He can then aid my requirements. Now, how many rounds does conscription take? -2 happiness, increases recruitment slots. Fire in advance, yeah. Improve coppering. That's not an issue at the moment. But the trouble is, conscription will add to other things. Yeah, it's got to be conscription. It'll mean -2 happiness, but there's not really much I have an option to do at the moment. Now, let us recruit some... What do we have? Swiss line, they're 662. Okay. Right, so what we'll do... Let's have a look at the army makeup. We've only got a 6-pounder artillery. So we'll put 2 more in there. We'll have some good German fusiliers. And some Swiss grenadiers. So that should boost up that army. Now what we're going to do is we're going to send this guy forward to sniff around this area and keep an eye on those guys. Now, we'll keep that there. We also want to build up this army. So you can see they've got Jaegers in there, which are good to have. And what we're going to do is put in some Fusiliers. And yeah, see, I've got an army there defending that. There's not gonna. They're gonna have to take Prague in Bohemia before they can actually take this intellectual centre. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna get him boosted up and put him in there, and at least then recruit some troops to go in with him. That means then that obviously they've got a lot of... They haven't got a very big army. But we could be in a good position next round to do an attack on there. Now, obviously because of all the trade, that means that that should generate a significant amount of money. So if we look at our government, see there we go. So we've got significant trade income. We're getting more, almost as much from trade as we are from tax, which is a good thing. And so the army upkeep will remain quite low there, so we'll have more money. And you can see there, lowest public order in Moravia. So there, people in government, government type, repression. Oh crikey. So at least it's 1 and 11, so it's not too bad. Now, let's see what's here. So that's a factory, and that will enable 500 region wealth, and enable research of joint stock companies, and -2 happiness from industrialization. Okay. Now the trouble is, they are quite close to the region capital. Now, what I'm thinking is let's get that guy over there Get some German Fusiliers in with him. And stick him in Moravia. So at least we've got some form of defence there. Now, looking over here, what do we have? We have Lemberg, which has just basic militia in it. We can have a market or a supply post out here. And down in the corner, Klausenberg in Transylvania, which is where I'm at the peace with the Ottoman Empire. Now, that peace, I do not know how long it will last. So, what we can hopefully do is, while we deal with these guys, let's move them along, is that we can also hold off our borders and make sure that nothing is taken. So there's a supply post. We do have a harbour, so you can see there the Austrian Empire making 2,000 out of that. There we go, that's looking good. So we could conceivably later on upgrade that to a commercial port. It will give +4 trading routes, more wealth per turn, and you can see then we can start building merchantmen and ships of the line, like that beauty. And then obviously 50 gun ships of the line. So that's an option to consider. Now obviously, what options do we have? See, a dockyard would enable us to bring to create the actual navy. So I'm not sure if I need to change that or not. So I'll come to a decision on that later. How many do we have here? Fusiliers. Indeed. So he's got more coming, which is good, and then we can use him to take out that guy, deal with Milan, and then push down towards Torino. So we can then start pushing back against the French. See, gonna leave him off infiltrating. Now, Bavaria. They've only got militia, and there's not much I can do. But what we should be able to do is hold these guys off here by attacking in the next turn. But hopefully, see, we might have to wait 2 turns before we do that. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to risk it, and we'll go on to the next turn. See how it turns out. Haha! Hang on. Is it me, or did the French just attack Munich and Bavaria and wipe out the Bavarians? Oh, good. The Brits are on the roll. So, Russian Empire, moving things around. Not big armies at the moment, all pretty small. There's the Batavians, sorry. Wow, the Ottoman Empire make decisions really fast in this game, don't they? It couldn't be much worse than the previous game, I have to say. Right, enemy raid in Trient. Those goddamn French. Right, so. Who's that? And then. Yeah, goodness me, look, they got a full stack goddamn army in there now. Those buggers. Those absolute buggers. So, you can see recruitment is good. So that will give us what? 7 positions? We got 3. Yeah, that'll be it. So that'll be a full stack army. consisting of lancers, chevaux légers, or whatever the hell they're pronounced as. So, question, if I recruit some more Fusiliers there, and then from this army increase that against that army, yeah, that might be a way to go. Now, infiltrate. Success. So let's go kill people. Right, so now he's basically surrendered and quit out of there. So you can see he withdraws. And what we need to do... Look at that, Venetia. Lovely stuff. What we need to do is finish him off. Because otherwise he's going to be a problem. As indeed these fellows will be. Let's see what they got. Regiment of Foot, Standard Militia. Right, so what we'll do now is we'll get our agent who's here to infiltrate there. And we'll keep these guys here. As you can see, that's progressing. Now, army, as you can see, recruiting. I can only do those two in Prague. So what options have I got for construction? It's a cantonment. Ah, that's what that is. Let's build that so we can start building basic troops. Now, where are they going? Now, what's that? Landwehr Militia. Oh yes, it's those guys. So, let's see. Let's put them inside. So, you got these guys, skirmishers. Put some of them up there. Now, at least that bolsters that a little bit. And obviously we can work on the region capital. Opera house. A barracks. Yeah, I want Jaegers. I want to be able to create Jaegers because they're going to give me a pretty... good old Budapest. I do hope they're not going for Budapest. That would piss me off. I'm at peace with them. And Zagreb in Croatia. Let's put some more troops in there as well. Let's check to see how our monetaries are doing. Yeah, we're okay. We're still making good money from the trade. So we have not really a huge amount to worry about in that respect. Now, obviously, that's going to go there. He's going to continue recruiting for the next 2 rounds to fill his army to the brim. Not ideal that we only have a single cannon, but, and it's only, no, it's a 12-pound foot, so it's not too bad. We, however, will continue to hunt those people down. And then once we've dealt with that French army, we'll be in a good position to push down towards, take out northern Italy, essentially isolate them as a faction, so that they have no more dealings with the world, so to speak. Take back Munich in Bavaria, and then move in on the likes of Stuttgart, which has already been taken by the French Empire. And you've got this Swiss configuration. sniffing around. So there could be a possibility that we'll have to bring another army maybe out of Venice. We need to actually... Yeah, we've got recruitment going on in Venice. That's good. And we'll have to wait and see, as indeed will you boys and girls, next week with more Total War goodness. Thanks for watching.